Welcome to all you dear fellow Virgos out there. This is a separate video just for the Virgos, just for November of 2022. A lot of people asked me to do that, and I have to say, look, it was not so difficult to do it. First of all, because I want to thank you, all you viewers, all you subscribers, all the ones who've been commenting and also ordering readings and so on. It is very nice. It's a beautiful interaction. I'm loving it. It gives me energy. I hope it gives you energy as well. And let's keep on doing. And that's why it's not so difficult for me to do these extra videos, because it gives energy. Here it is, Virgo. What is mainly important for the Virgos in November? Well, there is the eclipse. And there is the Mars square Neptune. What is most important for the Virgo? Not the eclipse. Not the eclipse. It's the Mars square Neptune. That's the most important thing. Let's start with that. And why is that? Because you are a mutable sign. And Mars is in another mutable sign. So it affects you more, you could say. These planets are not doing anything. It's a reflection of what's going on with you. Now this Mars has been gone retrograde, so shifted direction. You know all about that, don't you? Because Mercury goes retrograde like 3 times in a year. It's your ruler. You know these times when you have to reflect, when you have to sit back and think, what I did wrong in the future, how can I do it better? That's what Virgos are all about. So you deal with these energies quite well. But now it's Mars. It's about our actions. So on the 31st of October, it went backwards in Gemini. If you've got planets, Virgo planets around 25 degrees of Virgo, you're gonna feel it for sure. And it squares up to your energy. And that square is from the 10th house. So, which is your career, your work. And if you don't work, it's your public life. It's what you do and contribute for society. And it clashes with Neptune in the 7th. So this is other people. When you're single, this is someone that is amongst you, in your midst, and that you are attracted to. Or your attitude around relationships. If you are with a person, it is that person. So what is this all about? That there is actually the energy that I invite you to embrace is insecurities around key areas of your life, which is relationships and work. And insecurities, to embrace them, that means that you are looking at them and your actions of the work area, that you're trying to reinvent yourself, you're trying to do it differently. And yes, another person could be involved. There could be some, maybe you are doing a business and someone else says, oh, I want to be a business partner, and there's all this possibilities. It's like parallel universes, Neptune, right? But you have to be careful. You have to be very grounded. You have to be not wanting to put people on a pedestal. That's the only, if you do that, dear Virgos, if you're not going to put someone on a pedestal, whether it is your boss, the 10th house, or, someone you work for, or whether it is clients and your partner that you live with, your romantic partner, if you're not putting them on a pedestal, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. But if you do, this is a tricky energy, And why? Because you're a bit more prone to just see what you want to see. And especially the Virgos around those degrees will feel that the grass isn't always greener with person XYZ. That's basically it. Or the grass isn't always greener with this or that job. Every job has its flaws. Every person has its flaws. So it's a lot about, if you feel insecure, don't do anything, kind of message that I want to give here. But explore. Do a little bit of both, do a bit of trial and error like I'm doing. I'm doing, it's a very stupid example, but I'm doing a video for the November horoscope in one, and let's see if that works. It's a little bit of that trial and error. If you see that it doesn't work, well, then you don't do it anymore. You see, it's all of that. It's a bit insecure, but insecurity, if you use it the right way, it helps you to become better, and it helps you in making better choices. Because ultimately, you have to try out those parallel universes in a way, or have to give yourself the possibility to do that, right? But if you're too insecure about, oh, this is too much for me, then you don't do anything, but you just observe. It's a lot about driving a car in the mist, this Mars-Neptune for you, dear Virgos. If you're driving with your car in the mist, you're not going to accelerate. You're just going to slow down. You're going to see what's happening. And that's difficult for Virgos, because Virgos, they want to fix. Come on, let's fix it. It's in their temperaments. So it's a challenge, but ultimately it's going to get towards better connections, and it's going to get towards a better work. How you deal with your work and how you act there, you can shift it. So also for people who are trying to change their jobs, be aware that there are energies that when you feel like, I'm insecure, misty, just embrace it. Don't try to force it. You can't pull on the grass to make it grow faster. It's not going to work. It has to go through its time. So use this time of, doubting a little bit, being a bit insecure. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Now the eclipse is for Virgos. It's although it's a frustrating eclipse. It's the fight between Saturn and Uranus, because Saturn wants to stick to same old, same old. Uranus wants to liberate you and do the new, and it's still that frustrating energy. But next year, no frustrating energy around that. What we are wanting to liberate ourselves from is going to be way more easier for us. But for you, dear Virgos, this is not so drastic. Why? Because this eclipse is in a fellow earth sign. So it's for everyone, it's different. But this, in your 9th house of perspective, there is for you a possibility of a new perspective. And oh boy, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Because the 9th house is a thinking house. It's a perspective house. When you have a bigger helicopter view, what happens? You understand everything better. And isn't that what Virgos want? They want to understand. And then they can deal with everything. They want to understand through the mind. They're very mercurial. So there is something around the 8th of November that it's going to click. You're going to say, that's it. That's it. Why didn't I see that? Yes, there's also this Saturn squaring up to it, which is your day-to-day work, your day-to-day habits. It's still same old, and it's difficult to change those routines, to change the way that you do stuff on a daily basis. But you're getting there. You're doing the best is time sharing. You're doing your routines that still work for you, but you're implementing new ideas. So if you're doing that, wow, this is going to be an amazing opening up of your consciousness like no other. Because again, when you shift deep, what you've always been thinking, the narratives, the self-talk, the 9th house, how you view life. If you change that, you change everything. So if, for example, a new narrative that you're saying to yourself could be like, Virgos are a lot about fixing, right? They want to fix. If you're saying, hey, but if I'm now not fixing, but I want things, I have desires, but I don't want to interfere too much. But, what about attracting here good things to me, rather than always going out there and chasing that and all of that? It can be a small thing like that, which is your narrative that you shift, but it's going to have a knock-on effect on so many other levels for you. It's going to have implications on relationships. It's going to have implications on your work, and so on and so on. I really like this month for you, for sure. Venus is in Scorpio in your 3rd house, so quite social up until the 17th, and then it shifts into Sagittarius. So it's a lot about home, about beautifying your home. You could be doing that as well, but at least enjoying yourself, nurturing your emotions, so to speak. Have fun in November and see you next time. Bye-bye.